Hey guys, I'm Alana from W1N. If you're in Queensland and you are trying to get a job within the mining industry, there is one qualification that you are going to need to know about and get. And today I've got my guest Paul from PM2, and we are talking about Standard 11's. Paul, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Alana.
Okay, so Paul, number one, what does the Standard 11 course cover?
Standard 11 course covers the health and safety requirements, emergency, everything that you need basically to get onto a mine site. Most of them are for coal mines. Coal mines specifically require Standard 11. It's a legislated thing. However, most mines are requiring you to have it because it just covers off on all the basic safety, all the basic induction, and that's where it starts.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Okay, so how long does the Standard 11 last for, and what is the process to get it renewed if it does lapse?
Okay, different mine sites are different. Generally, they say that they want you to renew it every 5 years. Some mine sites say 3 years. The qualification you actually get does not lapse. It just basically goes to a new one. So it just depends on the industry and where you are and what you're needing for that specific mine.
Right. And if you're trying to get a Standard 11, is it delivered online, in person, or a bit of both?
We can do it both online, we can do it in person, or we can do it what we call blended delivery, which is where you actually get both.
Fantastic. And for the Standard 11, are there any prerequisites to getting it?
There's no actual prerequisites. However, there are certain qualification or certain subjects that we suggest that the people get. So it's okay to have a Standard 11, but you still won't get on a mine site if you don't have a white card. So it's like a base entry. If you've got your white card and then you get your Standard 11, then you can get onto a mine site and move from there.
Thank you, Paul. And tell me, what is the cost of getting the Standard 11?
So it's 795 is what we charge. So it's a really good investment for you to get into the mining because I mean once you're in the mining industry, you just go from there and it just all the way is up. So the basic is just to get in there. So it's 795 for the Standard 11 and that gets you a base entry.
How long does it take to complete the Standard 11? And how long after you've completed the course do you actually get the certification?
Okay, so with us, the Standard 11 normally goes over 3 days. And so that's what it is. Sometimes some people have experience in the industry and it may actually be a little bit quicker for them if they do it online and they can just go through the material themselves. The main thing I'm after is that everybody has a really good understanding. So as I said, it's dependent on the person. Some people will get through it in 2, some people will get it through it in 3. Some people actually take a little bit longer as well if they're doing it online and they can only do it for a little bit each night. So the certificate comes basically as soon as you finish, we will issue you a certificate and you'll get that by email. And you also get a card in the mail or the certificate in the mail and the card is an optional. If you want the card, we can send that as well.
And is the Standard 11 recognised Australia-wide or even needed Australia-wide?
Okay, it's needed in Queensland. It's a legislative thing in Queensland. However, the subjects that you do are nationally accredited, so they are nationally allowed. So if you go to Western Australia or Northern Territory or South Australia, it doesn't matter where you go, those subjects are accredited. The states themselves don't require you to have the Standard 11, but the mines that you go to will see great advantage in you having those subjects. Things like, risk assessments, things like, work health and safety, governance, what to do in an emergency, so there's ERR, one of the subjects is an ERR subject, so it's basically emergency response. So they're all subjects that are going to be relative to what you're doing and to every mine site that you go on to. So is there a legal requirement? No. Is there a benefit for you to do it? Absolutely.
Fantastic. Thank you, Paul. And without giving too much away, what is involved in the assessment or the test to achieve the Standard 11?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, and the way we look at industry and training and everything else, a lot of the subjects that are in there are level 2. So it's not hard. It's just what we would classify as basic knowledge. I wouldn't say everybody's common knowledge because everybody's got a different set of common knowledge. However, it should be basic understanding that, how to do a risk assessment, how to do things. And it's just being able to show that you can physically be able to do a risk assessment. You can physically understand what the hazards are. You know what the processes are. It's those sorts of things that you're being assessed on. So the assessment is not that hard, but it is complete to make sure that we can actually put you on a site safely.
Fantastic. Thank you, Paul. And besides the white card that you just mentioned, are there any other certifications that you would recommend going along with the Standard 11 to make somebody a better candidate to get a mining job?
Absolutely. We have permits. Every mine site that you work on, no matter what you do, 9 times out of 10, you are going to end up working under a permit or within a permit system. So those permits are really, really important. Other ones are working at heights, confined space, gas test atmospheres. They're just to name a few that you could actually do to really enhance your ability. Once again, it depends on the job that you're going for. If you're going for a dump truck operator and you get a working at heights, it's probably not as much as important as getting, say, a dump truck ticket, So there's other aspects as well, depending on what job you want to go to. And honestly, Alana, you know the industry, you know where people go, and you know what they need. So you're the guru. So really work with you and make sure that you get the things that we need you to get.
Yeah, perfect. And as an RTO, do you have a lot of companies coming to you, or are you able to assist other people or people who have completed the Standard 11 to then get a mining job, or push them in the right direction?
Pushing them in the right direction, yes. Do we get companies coming to us? Absolutely. Do we push everybody onto the companies? No, because companies, as you can imagine, get very, very sick and tired of us going to them and saying, hey, we've got 15 candidates. What they want to see is they contact us and say, hey, we've got 4 jobs available. Have you got anybody? And then we put candidates forward that have actually done the work and excelled at it. It's no good me putting somebody that just scrapes through by the skin of their teeth, because that's going to give us a bad name and they're not going to come back to us. So if we get people that study, do well, and really show enthusiasm, they're the ones that we put through.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Paul. Final question. After somebody has completed the Standard 11, they're trying to get a mining job. What's your best advice for them to achieve their goals?
Okay, first of all, I would say go and see the lovely Alana. She will get your resume done, because without a resume, you won't get anywhere really. Secondly, moving to the area that you want to work in. There are requirements by government regulations that they have to employ locally first. If you want to sit in Perth or sit in Brisbane and get a fly-in, fly-out job, you can join the queue with another 1,000 or 2,000 other people that want to do exactly the same thing. If you move to the area where the jobs are, they are more likely to take you on. Most people get poached from other companies and other mines. So therefore, once you get poached, the offer of fly in, fly out, or bus in, bus out, or drive in, drive out, then becomes an option. Just get your foot in the door. Get to the area. Tell them, go and knock on the door every day and say, hey, is there a job available? Is there a job available? Is there a job available? At some stage, somebody is going to be sick, and they're going to say, we need production done. You're here. Let's give you a go, because you won't shut up. So, really be in the area, be annoying, go and see them every day, tell them the job you want, start getting the qualifications, show that you've got that drive, and see the Miss Alana, and she will get you there.
Damn right, Paul, 100%. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the link so that you can get in contact with Paul if you do want to stand at 11. Highly recommend. They're a fantastic RTO. And of course, we'll leave the link so that you can get in contact with us as well. Thanks for watching. I'm Alana from W1N. Thanks, Paul.
See ya.